2019 is a good year for Nintendo Switch owners. I mean, like, we have so many games coming out this year. Like, can it get any better? And, some people are focusing so much on 2019 that it leads to this question: what about 2020? No one's really thought about 2020. And because of that, I'm here just to give you my first thoughts on what games will be coming out in 2020. And just consider this a prediction video. I mean, am I going to get it right? Probably not. But, like, I might as well try. So yeah, today I'm just going to be predicting all of the 2020 release titles. And so before we start, make sure to go down and subscribe if you haven't. And while you're down there, like the video and hit the notification bell so you can see when I come out with videos. Also, just right now actually, go ahead and comment down below any thoughts you have or what your thoughts and what your predictions are. And then come back and see how yours relates to mine. And just give me some criticism and tell me how bad I am at predicting things. And so yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right in with my predictions. So, first of all, what I did first was I went back in time. Not exactly. I just went to Wikipedia and I looked up all of the Nintendo first party titles for the Nintendo Switch. And I looked up how many came out per year. And it was about 7 or 8. This is including 2017, 2018, and 2019. It was like 6 to 8 games. And so I have a list of 8 games that probably may or may not be seeing a release in 2020. And so I also gave them dates. So the first one is obvious. In March, we're getting Animal Crossing. It's already announced. That's not even a prediction. It's definitely coming. The big question is, though, will any games come before March for 2020? So, in other words, January or February. And I looked up how many, when I was looking at, the 2019 release dates, 2018, I always saw there was a January game. And in 2018, it was Mario Rabbids, and that was actually for Japan, I believe. I was wrong about that. Never mind. For 2019, though, it was Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So, I figured they could fit in a small game. And so my prediction is that in January, they will be releasing a Pikmin 3 port. And it's not going to be Pikmin 4. Pikmin 4 I don't think is even a thing anymore. I think they're just going to port over Pikmin 3. That's what a lot of people are saying, and I think that's what's going to end up happening, and I think it's going to come out in January. So yeah, we got a January game, a March game, and then in May, I think in May, we get another Kirby game for the Switch. Now, the reason why I say this is it's been 2 years at that time it will have been 2 years since Kirby Star Allies was released. And the thing about Kirby Star Allies is that it wasn't really that good. I mean, it was 5 hours long. It was extremely easy. And honestly, once you finished it, you were like, why did I just spend all that time on this game? And I think Kirby needs a revival because most people, there's this meme going around that Kirby games are the best games. There's never a bad Kirby game that's existed. But then Kirby Star Allies got released, and that completely shoved that out the window. So Kirby does need a revival on the Switch, and I am thinking they need to make it really good. It would be really cool if they made a 3D Kirby game. That would be awesome, actually. If they do that, I don't know. I don't know if they will. So yeah, that's just my prediction for May. The next prediction in the summer. I have 2 games coming out in the summer, which usually the summer is really slow, but there are a lot of games that I think are going to come out this year. And in the summer, I think we get a Mario sports game, and more specifically, I think we get Mario Strikers. I think it comes out in July, and I am really excited for this game. I would love Strikers to come out next year, and it would be amazing if they gave us a release date in the next 2 directs, in September and December, or November, whenever it is. I would love a release date for this, or just an announcement. It would be awesome. And yeah, honestly, I think it's either going to be that or it's going to be Sluggers. And honestly, I went Strikers because there's definitely more of a fan base behind Strikers. More people like Strikers than Sluggers, and the people who like Sluggers that I've talked to haven't even played Strikers in their life, which is crazy. So yeah, Mario Strikers, definitely better than Mario Baseball. I would love Strikers. August. This game was actually already announced. It's been announced. It was announced, I think, at a Pokemon press conference. And this is Detective Pikachu coming out in August. I think it's going to come out next year because it just seems like it's such a small game that I honestly don't think, even with the announcement that it was just in development, I don't think I don't think it should take that long. I mean, I would I if it gets released in 2021. I mean, okay, it may or may not. Who knows? But I do think it's going to come out in August. It just seems obvious. So yeah, Detective Pikachu is coming out in August. In my prediction, again, I'm not probably going to be right. Then September, that's 3 months in a row, I think, with games. That's not good. That's 4 months actually. I have an October game too. Uh, September, I actually think Odyssey 2 is gonna come out. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey. We haven't seen a lot of 3D Mario on the Switch. We've seen one game, and then after that, there's been no other news. And that's from this October. Will have been 2 years ago when the game got released. I think it's about time that the inevitable happens and that we get an Odyssey sequel. Most people are like, well, I want Galaxy 3. And yeah, I do too, but it's not happening. It's going to be Odyssey 2. I'm sorry. It's going to be Odyssey 2. Definitely. I don't see why they would make Galaxy 3. Especially with all the love that Odyssey 2 got. I mean, or Odyssey got. Odyssey 2 is going to happen. And honestly, I think it happens before Breath of the Wild sequel. But we'll talk about the Breath of the Wild sequel a little later. Now, in October, I think a game that got announced a really, really long time ago happens, and that is Bayonetta 3. Now, I don't know much about the series, but what I do know is that it got announced like in 2017, maybe 2018. Like, yeah, this game, we don't know anything about. People are always like predicting, like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to talk about this game in the next direct, and it doesn't happen. This game, I don't know if it got delayed. Maybe it did, but I think the delay was minor. If it was a major delay, they would have told us. Bayonetta 3 is happening, and I think it's happening in October. So yeah, that's the October game, and the final game in December, ending the year amazingly. Which, if all of these games are right, this could be better than 2019. In December, Breath of the Wild sequel. I don't know. Breath of the Wild is such a big game. The Breath of the Wild development, though, was horrible. I mean, the game got announced in 2013 and was announced for a 2015 title, I think. Yeah, it didn't come out till 2017. It really had a bad development phase. It was terrible. It was awful, and they can't make the same mistake with Breath of the Wild 2. Which is why when they announced it, I was happy at first, but then I was a little worried. Because what if Breath of the Wild 2 has the same thing happen to it, and it takes 5 years, and it doesn't end up coming out till 2021 or 2022? You see, the thing is, I don't think a game should come out 2 years after its announcement. I think it should be at least 1 to 1.5 years. I don't think it should be long at all. Because people are looking forward to this game. Breath of the Wild 2 is probably I think, my most anticipated game, and we don't even have a release window, not anything about the game other than the fact that it's in development. And honestly, I think they've been developing the game since at least 2017. It's been since 2017 at least. And they've learned from their mistakes, and also they don't have as much work to do because they've already done this before, and they only have to put it on one console this time. As you know, Breath of the Wild was on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch. So I think Breath of the Wild 2 wouldn't take as long. I think it would take 3 or 4 years, and even if it's 4, maybe 3.5, I would go 3.5. And if it's 3.5, I think the December time frame of 2020, holiday 2020, would be amazing. And not only would the end of the year be good, but because holiday 2020 is kind of like the next generation of consoles beginning. You know, Xbox Scarlet is already announced for holiday 2020. PlayStation 5 is probably going to come out at about the same time. And so Nintendo has to have something to target these and to go against them. And I think that what they're doing is they're just stacking up all their good games. I also think they'll have a new revision of the Switch. I don't think they'll have a new revision of the Switch. We did get a new Nintendo Switch announced, other than the Lite. It was another revision, but it was just basically better battery life. It was the exact same thing except better battery life. And yeah, honestly, yeah, we don't need that. But basically, I think they're stacking up all of these great games, like from a new Kirby game, Animal Crossing, Super Mario Strikers, Super Mario Odyssey, Bayonetta 3, Breath of the Wild 2. I think they're just getting all of these games ready to target the next generation of consoles, because it's too early to make another generation of consoles for the Nintendo. I mean, as of that time, the Switch will have been alive for how many years now? That'll been like 3.5. And honestly, I just don't think I don't think it's I think it's really really early to do that. And so they're just going to stack all their games up. And I think if these games are right, they have a pretty good lineup against the next generation of consoles. So yeah, those are my predictions. If you disagree with me, go down to the comments below and tell me. I probably did not get them right, so that's fine. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked the video, and hit the notification bell as well, leave your comments on anything you want to say about this topic. And without further ado, let's just end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.